Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, and this is another Adorama Picks Rapid Fire Critiquey McCritiquerson, where I take your best 10 photos and give them an honest-to-goodness critique. Now, keep in mind, a critique is just one person's opinion. You may agree, you may disagree, but it is just a critique, and I can only go with the information that I have. So let's get into another Critiquey McCritiquerson right here. We have Marchand J, 10 photos right here, collection of 10 images. It looks like we have a zebra, everybody. The zebra was taken with a Nikon D3200 and a 70-300 f4.5 to 5.6. That is a very good lens for using outside. You can do a ton of different things with it. I love the fact that it doesn't show the zebra's head or the zebra's tail. It's a little different. Now, in terms of how I would process this, honestly, first off, it looks like it's sharper right down here than it is right here. It kind of, excuse me, should all be in focus, especially if this is closer. The zebra stripes are making me nauseous, but they're not. I love the hair of the mane here. I still like the image. I just would like to see it sharper all the way around personally. I would also like to see it more contrasty. And I do say that a lot. Everybody knows that I'm a big fan of contrast. I just feel that this image could benefit from being more contrasty. Pull back the exposure slightly, bump up that contrast, bump up the clarity, because in this case you don't have a person in it, so don't go too far, but I think that would make the image much better. And you'll notice that underexposed or overexposed images that just don't have that contrast seem to look more amateurish. So, I like that image. Moving on to the next one. All right, what was this taken with? 35mm f1.8 at f2.5 shooting of this car. It's a Volkswagen. I like the symmetry of it. We have its even left to right. I like the fact that we have the 3 doors here and we have the car right here in the middle. It works out very well. There's not much I would change about it. I love the 1, 2, 3 and then the car right in the middle. I think this is a good job and I think it looks good. So that was taken with the D3200 as well. Moving on to the next one, we've got D3200 with a 55-200 f4. So this was taken on August 21st. When was that first one taken? Because that may determine something. This was taken 2000, so they upgraded their lens. That's what I was interested to see in. Because the 55-200, it's okay. It's not great. It's a kit lens. It does the job. It gets you started. It gets you understanding things. Now, look at this. I do rip on kit lenses quite often as not being the best glass. But I am realistic. I personally started out with a 100 to 300 millimeter 5.6 Canon piece of glass that wasn't very good, but it taught me what to do. So I don't downplay the fact that it's bad to have a kit lens. No, it's not bad at all. It's a great way to learn to transition your way into something a little better as you move on. And in this case, they stepped up to a 70-300 4.5 to 5.6, which is a much better lens than the kit lens. But you could still do a fantastic job with kit lenses, as I've proven before with certain videos that I've done. This photo, on the other hand, as I just pulled a muscle turning the chair, that's no good that I did that, is not a good photo. Now, you got everything in there. The focus is fine. It's just that the people are on the other side of the boat doing what they're doing. So it tells the story of what's going on, but there's not much interest in it. I hope you guys see that as well. As part of a photo story, yes. On its own, not so much. In terms of exposure and everything along those lines and sharpness, you did a great job with that. It's just not a wow image. This is cool. I like to use a star filter. They do have limited use, not very much. This is 18-55 with the kit lens that came. I love the fact that you are getting out into the world and shooting in multiple situations. You only get better by shooting, practicing. This is a longer exposure. It says 30 seconds because that's probably all the D3200 lets you do. At f36, holy Jesus, that is a long way to go, and at 48 millimeters. I like that you're trying things here. The symmetry about it is great. The way that you left the shutter open to get the cars and the lights going like this, boom, that's great. The lights blowing up, great. Fantastic job with this image. Very nice job. Moving on to the next one. First thing I noticed is the angles aren't straight. This is with the 18-140 kit lens now. Interesting. Another different lens. This is, I guess, called Parliament Hill. something isn't straight about it. Now this, nah, that doesn't even look straight. Oops, wrong button. That's a straight line. Is this a straight line? That's pretty straight. That's pretty straight. That's pretty straight. Maybe that's the building that's not straight? Or is the building, nah, I mean, doesn't it look like that it's tilting right here? A little bit off kilter, just a little bit. But actually, I mean, it could just be the way the building's built. This photo looks more like a snapshot. Is it cropped weird? Well, first things first, I think it needs more contrast. I think you need to pull back on the exposure a little bit, pump up that contrast, crunch it up a little with the clarity slider, and I think it would be better off. But it's looking more like a snapshot. Also, what I noticed is that there's more room over here than there is actually over here, and that's just from me eyeballing it up. So maybe you're just not in the exact center, but it's pretty damn close. So that's what I have to say about that. More contrast would do it well. This is 1/80th of a second, f11, 18-55 kit lens. So now trying something different. I love that we've seen a lot of different styles coming out of the images that you're taking. This is an okay shot. You got all these people doing the same thing. It's nice that you froze the guy driving, but got a nice panning shot of everything moving. That's what you do. You pan with the shot at a slower shutter speed, and you have the ability to get some interest, because otherwise it would have just been a snapshot. I wish you could shoot it a little tighter to get rid of all this. I actually think this looks amateurish and detracts from the image. What were you shooting with? 55 millimeter? Yeah, you had the kit lens on there. If you had the 55-200 on, it would have been a little better, because isolating the car would make it seem less like a snapshot, but nice job. Ah, see, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. For you Canadians out there, this is with the 55-200. There's much more interest to this image than the tighter shot of the other one. I'm a big proponent of wider shots at this point, and I was somebody who never shot wide when I was younger. I always shot tighter, but then I came to the realization that you could shoot at the Eiffel Tower and you could do a portrait of somebody but not see the Eiffel Tower. What's the point of even being there? This is awesome because it's a wider shot. If you can shoot wider and tell an amazing photo story with one image, then you are doing a great job. If you can make it seem less like a snapshot, that's what you need to do. I'm going to try not to pull a muscle as I turn, but this looks really cool. Again, would pump the contrast a little bit. I think it's off slightly there, but this is really awesome. You've got this pole, look at this. You got this pole, boom, 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 boom. And then this one is a little lower here. I didn't even see that actually. But it just has nice lines, really cool. Using these people here, you have those people there. This is a nice shot, nice job. And again, it's all being done with a basic D3200 and a kit lens. I love how you are seeing the world. That's what it's about. I'm curious about this one. Real Madrid. I like to call it Real Madrid. CF. What's that stand for? Something club? I don't know what it stands for. But this is cool. Is it stitched together? Madrid, Spain? Because it's definitely a stitched together shot. It has to be. I don't think there's any other way, unless this is how the stadium looks bowed out with an 18 shot at 18 millimeters. I mean, it's cropped, so maybe it's just the center portion of it, but it's good. It's really good. I'm more of a Man U fan. Actually, I don't know. Don't hold me to that. I'm not actually a football-y fan for the football-y stuff. I don't know what team to root for. I'm a Philadelphia Union fan because they're from Philadelphia. This is a cool shot. It's a nice shot of the stadium. Did a fantastic job getting your angles right. Your symmetry has been fantastic and spot on for all of these shots. I'm going to keep moving on. This, just straight up snapshot, and no, that's not my Porsche. The background is way too distracting. This is done with an 18-140, shot at 140. You may need to come up to a different angle or find a different background that's deeper. This just looks terrible in terms of seeing through the car, seeing this background. All I see are these trees in focus in the background. What were you shooting at? 5.6, 140? You filled the frame as much as possible. You just got to get deeper from the background or find a deeper background that's less distracting. That's where you lost me. Everything else is perfectly fine. You lost me with the background. This is no good. Snapshot. This is just a snooper snapshot. And that is a bird or a bee or a quadcopter. It looks like a drone in the background. Sunset on the Rideau River. It's fine. I'm not, oh look, there's ducks. I would have shot more ducks. with the way that the trees look in the background, it's not like it's an awesome fall foliage type image. A fall foliage type image would look cool. The silhouette, cool, you did a good job with that, but it's just not an interesting scene. I don't want to beat around the bush and say that all the shots are good, because they're just not. I just can't tell you that they're good like that, because I'd be lying to you. I just don't think this is a good image. But with that said, you have a solid handful of images here that are spot on. I think you're doing a fantastic job with the kit lenses that you're using and a basic D3200. Again, it doesn't matter what camera you have, you can get fantastic results. That's what it's about. The stuff that I am seeing here with these images, I don't think the camera and lenses are holding you back. I think when you're ready to move up to a more professional end lenses or another body, you will be ready and do a fantastic job there. Your lines, your symmetry, your angles, fantastic job with the composition. If you understand composition and have an eye, you can get fantastic results with whatever camera you put in your hands. And so far, you're doing a great job, and that is another Adorama Picks rapid fire critique. If you want me to critique your stuff, leave a comment down below with a link to your best 10 images. I want to see your best of the best of the best with honors, sir. Make it a photo story. Make it your best images. I will call out the bad images that I think are bad, and hopefully people, well, not even hopefully, whether you agree or don't agree, this is what a critique is all about. One person's opinion, but hopefully there's nuggets of information that you guys can take out of these critiques as I make them. Please subscribe here on YouTube if you want to be notified when the latest videos go live. And that is where I'm going to leave it. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.